Since the day Tesla released the Model S, there hasn't been any real competition for Tesla, but Apple has shown interest in making an Apple car that might just have what it takes to challenge Tesla. So in this video, we will look at where Apple is with its Apple car and whether or not they could compete with Tesla. But first, let's get plugged in. Hello and welcome to EV Source. My name is Harry and I'm your host for today's dose of EVs and technology. Okay, let's talk about Apple and their plans to get into the automotive industry. Yes, Apple is looking into making an Apple branded car in a secretive electric car project codenamed Titan that would compete with companies like Tesla.
So I wouldn't say Google's a competitor because they're not a car company. We would compete with somebody perhaps that they license technology to, but not to them directly.
Right.
Apple?
Yeah, that'll be more direct.
That'll be more direct?
Yeah.
You can tell that by the hiring pattern and that
absolutely.
kind of stuff? Yeah. So what do you, okay, so they're going to be more direct. How do you assess it?
I mean, I say I think it's great that they're doing this, and I hope it works out.
But what would it really take to make a car that can compete with Tesla? And why would Apple want to make a car in the first place? Well, an Apple car was originally Steve Jobs' idea, and he thought the automotive industry needed a change. He saw what the future of cars could look like if we implement the right technologies and software together. Steve Jobs thought the automotive industry was ripe for disruption and saw a future where all vehicles would one day be self-driving. It's companies like Apple and Tesla that understand this better than anybody else due to their experience with technology, software, and AI. The automotive industry is going toward full self-driving, and both Tesla and Apple know this. This is why Tesla has been putting so much time and resources into developing the full self-driving hardware and software. Similarly, Apple has been doing the same for about 5 years now.
What we're focusing on, or what we've talked about focusing on publicly, is we're focusing on autonomous systems. And clearly one purpose of autonomous systems is self-driving cars. There are others. And we sort of see it as the mother of all AI projects. It's probably one of the most difficult AI projects actually to work on.
Currently, Tesla vehicles operate at level 2 and will soon transition to at least level 3. I say at least because lately Elon Musk has been hinting that the full self-driving will be feature complete by the end of this year. However, this does not mean Tesla will have level 5 autonomy by the end of this year. It simply means they will have all the pieces necessary for level 5 autonomy. From there, they can start building on the software and train the neural network to take it to level 5.
So I'm extremely confident that level 5, or essentially complete autonomy, will happen. And I think it will happen very quickly. I remain confident that we will have the functionality the basic functionality for level 5 autonomy complete this year.
So they're getting closer, but they're not quite there yet. Level 4 may be reached in a couple of years, but it might take a few more years before level 5 is actually possible, which gives other companies still some time to get into the game if they start now. While Tesla may have the lead with the amount of data they have collected over the years from all the Teslas on the road, they're still far away from real level 5 autonomy. This is why it seems as if Apple has shifted its focus away from building an actual car to developing self-driving software instead. Initially, about 5 years ago, Apple started hiring people from the automotive industry, including former employees from Tesla, to design the Apple car and autonomous driving systems. One of these employees is Doug Field, who is the former senior vice president of engineering at Tesla. Apple also hired engineers from other big names such as Ford, GM, and Waymo. They initially had about 200 people working on the project that grew upwards to 1,000 people very quickly. So if you were on the fence whether Apple is serious about this or not, guess again. They have dozens of self-driving permits that prove they're actively working on self-driving technology. But when it comes to designing a car, I think Apple quickly realized what Elon Musk had already said a few times in the past. Designing and making a car is easy, but mass producing it in a production line is the most difficult part. And knowing Apple's past when it comes to design, I'm sure they will have no problem designing an appealing vehicle. But if they unveiled a cool looking car, how will it actually compete with Tesla and their full self-driving technology? Without the self-driving software and hardware, Apple Car would be just like any other electric car out there right now. This is why there's a race going on at the moment over who will achieve full autonomy first. Aside from Tesla and Apple, companies like Waymo, Google, and Amazon have also invested millions if not billions of dollars in the technologies and software needed for full autonomy. Whoever gets there first will get the biggest slice of the pie, because on a global scale, autonomous vehicles could be part of an industry that's worth trillions of dollars. Yes, trillions with a T. While it's great that you could one day own a car that can drive you instead of you driving it, what the companies designing self-driving cars are interested in is how they can generate more revenue from having a network of self-driving cars while keeping the costs low. Ride-sharing programs like Tesla's robotaxis are part of the answer that can drive people around all day long, generating profits of up to $30,000 a year per vehicle. Along with this comes other revenue sources that can be tapped into once people are freed from driving vehicles. What will people do when cars can take care of the driving and you just have to sit there and wait for it to take you to your destination? With all that free time in your hands, you can direct your attention to something else. And this is when companies could seek to monetize that attention by directing it to in-car services such as apps, entertainment, games, and ads. Apple has billions of dollars to invest in research and development of new products that can potentially appeal to a lot of people and create new standards for autonomous vehicles. They've designed some of the most amazing products in the past, and they've always been able to execute on new things and periodically bringing new iterations, updates, and products out in the market. Granted, while most of us might initially be just glued on our phones, eventually once the in-car systems evolve to the point where you don't need your phone, that's when you would see a major shift in what people can do while they're being driven and how this would be monetized. This is where Apple has the advantage over any other car maker out there. They already have the iPhone that could seamlessly be integrated into the car system. The Apple Car could be just one of many things people could have in the Apple ecosystem. Honestly, at this point, it seems like the possibilities are almost endless. Autonomous cars could one day become almost what mobile phones are today, only on another level. But will Apple actually make their own car? I'll answer this in just a bit because there's more context to this that needs to be discussed first. In 2017, Tim Cook said that Apple is focusing on autonomous systems. Apple has been hiring thousands of engineers to develop an AI for autonomous vehicles and on a possible Apple Car. Currently, it is estimated that Apple has about 5,000 engineers working on this project. So it's clear that Apple knows how important autonomy will be in the future. Getting involved with it now could benefit them later because, as he said, developing the AI system for autonomous vehicles is perhaps one of the most difficult AI projects that can take years to develop to the point where it can be utilized in autonomous vehicles. Apple has tried to partner with car manufacturers such as Mercedes-Benz, BMW, BYD Auto, Nissan, McLaren, and Volkswagen. Out of all these companies, Volkswagen decided to join forces with Apple to make autonomous shuttles based on Volkswagen's T6 transporter. However, it's unclear whether Apple has completely abandoned the idea of an Apple Car or not. It is clear that they are putting a lot of focus on autonomy though. While Apple is great at managing its supply chain and manufacturing small consumer products very efficiently, they lack the experience in large-scale complex manufacturing and have little to no experience with manufacturing vehicles. The car industry is a whole new ballgame that's completely on another level. By making an Apple Car, Apple would need to add something of value to make the car competitive against Tesla, and in this case, it is autonomy and possibly other smart features. But the problem is, Apple doesn't have the AI software capable of handling autonomous cars. Neither do they have the necessary talent to achieve this, although they're working and building on it. Meanwhile, Tesla has been attracting lots of great engineers to its team. As Elon Musk said, it's not about money, It's the lack of exceptional and skilled engineers that are hard to come by. So while Tesla and SpaceX may currently be attracting the best engineers in their respective fields, Apple will continue to do its best to catch up and find more exceptional engineers to its team. Those who left Tesla serve as perfect candidates provided they have the necessary skills. Another thing that I think is kind of a disadvantage is that Apple wouldn't be relying on its cars to survive. They already have integrated themselves into the mainstream and would do just fine without an Apple car. But Tesla, on the other hand, relies on having the cutting-edge technologies in its vehicles and being the best in every way possible. Tesla is driven by their goals and won't slow down its speed for anything. Rapid innovation is what's keeping them so much ahead of everybody else. The most recent information that we have from Apple rumors suggests they will probably have something to show in 2021. Whether it be a car or a working software, that probably won't be level 5 yet though. One question that you might be thinking is which one would win if Tesla and Apple went head to head with cars and autonomy. I think it's safe to say that Tesla has an obvious lead and advantage over any other company right now. Tesla's experience in the field and its lead in autonomous driving data cannot be matched by anyone at the moment. Though an Apple car sounds like a great idea, I wouldn't hold my hopes up for one anytime soon. After all, Apple is a tech company with very firm roots in consumer electronics. What might happen though is that they may provide the technology and software for autonomous vehicles instead of making their own vehicle. As more electric vehicles become available and start dominating the streets, and autonomous vehicles become an everyday sight, companies and even vehicle owners that don't have autonomy in their vehicles may find it worth the while to retrofit a full suite of autonomous technology to enable any car to become autonomous. If Tesla becomes the first to get to level 5 autonomy, this is where I think companies like Apple, Google, Amazon, and Waymo might find the opportunity for a modular self-driving platform that they could sell to car and truck manufacturers or even straight to customers. So even if Apple doesn't build a car, given their interest in self-driving software and AI, I can see them selling full self-driving technology in some shape or form to manufacturers who failed to keep up with Tesla, and even directly to customers. The coming 5, 10, or even 15 years will shake the automotive industry to its core and cause a major disruption to the old industry that has been ripe for disruption for some time now. The direction we're heading toward is becoming more clear every day. And even though Elon's promise of full self-driving vehicles and robotaxis may not be a reality as soon as he had predicted, it all will happen eventually. Elon always comes through, even if it happens later than he predicted. And guys, if you made it this far in the video, you're awesome. If you own a Tesla and would like to get accessories that'll make your Tesla stand out, check out Abstract Ocean and use the code EVSource for a 10% off on your purchase. Each purchase will save you money, and in the process you'll be helping and supporting the channel. What's your take on this whole topic? What do you think about Apple making an autonomous car? Or do you think they would rather focus on the software engineering and technology side of things to produce some kind of a level 5 suite of autonomous technology? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And before you leave, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos just like this one. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep charging ahead, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe and take care.